Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 high ground retakes here in Fortnite. These are going to be my top 5 retakes that I use every single game that I find to be the most effective. So these aren't necessarily new high ground retakes, but these are my personal top 5 best high ground retakes here in Fortnite. So if you guys want to see my top 5, and I'll also have a slow motion to show you guys exactly how to do them, definitely stay to the end of the video because these retakes are essential if you want to become a better builder in Fortnite. And using these retakes in game will surely help you guys get way more wins. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys want to enter this giveaway and have a chance to win 2,000 V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video and when I announce the giveaway winners. And lastly, make sure you guys do comment down below either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into my next giveaway. So if you want some free V-Bucks, make sure you guys do enter. And also, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom, click on support a creator, type in my code. My creator code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to show you guys my top 5 high ground retakes to practice, and I think are the best retakes in this game. So going into the first retake, I want to show you guys this one. I really do like a ton. It's a little bit of a variant to the double 90. So this one is where you go for a double 90, you extend 2 more ramps, and you also extend 2 more cones. I really like this retake for a lot of reasons. And the first reason why I really like this retake is going to be because when you are build fighting another player and you put ramps above them, it pretty much blocks them off for just about any sort of movement that they could do. Because if you're able to get ramps over the other player, it's going to basically stop them. They're going to have to maybe turn around or maybe even go for a side jump. So if you're able to get ramps over the other player, you're almost basically guaranteed high ground off of that player. So that's why I really like this retake. And the cones on top are the reason I use the cones is it kind of adds another layer before the high ground retake gets shot down. So that's why I add the extra cones, and also looks a little more flashy and a little bit cooler. But you don't obviously have to add the cones, but they're kind of like an added bonus if you do. And that's why I like this retake a lot. Now, as far as how to do it, it's basically a double 90. And once you do the 90, then you want to extend 2 ramps out to the side. You want to put 2 more cones, and then you want to finish off the 90. So in order to do this retake, you have to be very quick because you want to do this all in one motion. So if you want to be able to pull this off, you have to be very fast and very accurate with your builds. So this might take a second to get used to, but once you do, this isn't the hardest retake to do. And it also looks really cool and really flashy because it looks very quick. So this is just a slow motion on how to do this retake. Hopefully this makes a lot of sense. And if you guys haven't learned this retake, this is the first one of my top 5 list. I really do like this one a ton. So as far as my second retake that I really like, this is going to be my second one. Now, this is a retake for those guys who watch my live streams. I do this retake literally every single game. And the reason why I like this retake specifically a ton is I use this retake against players who might be a ramp or 2 above me. Now, the reason why this retake is super effective is when you're going for the retake, you place a cone and then you place another ramp on top of that. So if the other player is 1 or 2 stories above you, there is no possible way that they can get a shot on you from this angle. So that's why I really like this retake, because you're very well protected from any sort of shots from the angle above you. And that's one of the most important things you guys want to take in mind when you are doing retakes. It's just going to be very aware of how exposed you are when you're doing the retake, because some retakes in this game look very cool, but they leave you very exposed to the other players. So if you're going against a really good player, a lot of times they're going to be able to get shots on you. Now, as far as how to do this retake, all you have to do, this is super simple. Once you get it down, you build up, you place a cone, and once you place that cone, you place a ramp extending outwards to either the right side or left side, depending on where you ramp, and then you connect a floor, and then you connect another ramp. So this is one of the retakes I personally am most consistent at. It is super easy once you get it down. It might seem a little bit complicated at first, but once you get it down, it is very easy to do. So I'll also be showing you guys a slow motion of this retake. And so all you do is ramp up, you place a cone, you extend a ramp out, then you place a floor that's connected to the pyramid, and then you place another ramp to catch yourself. Now, like I said, once you get this retake down, it is very, very easy to do. It might look, if you've never tried this before, it might look a little bit more complicated, but once you have this down, trust me, this is a very easy retake to have consistently, and I find it to be one of the most effective because it basically guarantees you protection from above you if someone is trying to get shots from below you. That's why I really like this retake. Now, going into my third retake, this one is one of the retakes that I use in combinations with the one before. So all you do for this one is you ramp straight, and then you either build up and place a cone, or you kind of build behind you and place a cone. Now, this is very good as well, and also a retake that I use before I use another one. So for example, I'll go and do this retake, and as soon as I do this retake, I ramp one more time out, and then I'll go for another retake like my first one, as I just showed you right here in this clip. That is something that I'll do quite a bit in games, and I find it to be very, very effective. I'll also give you another slow motion. This one's probably the easiest on the list, because all you do is you ramp out, you place a wall next to you and then above you, and then you place a cone on top. So this one is the easiest retake and also one of the most effective. That's why I included it on this list, because I use this every single game. It's super effective, and if you guys don't have this perfectly down, then this is something you want to work on, because like I said, it is so effective in game. And so here, just real quick, is the slow motion of this retake. All I'm doing is I'm ramping out, I'm placing a wall to my right and also behind me and a cone. You don't have to place a wall behind you. It depends on the situation. So if someone is directly behind you, obviously you want to place that wall. But if someone's maybe just directly above you, that extra wall isn't really necessary. But that's just a slow version of that retake. And the next one, of course, is going to be the classic double 90s. These are for sure I had included on the list. It's one of the best retakes in the game, and also one of the easiest. So I'm guessing most of you guys already have this retake down, so I'm not going to go too in depth on how to do it. But the double 90s were pretty much one of the first high ground retakes that really got popular. Everybody was doing them probably by like season 6 or 7. And by those seasons, for those guys who played during those times, if you didn't have double 90s down, it was going to be very hard to win gunfights, because people were just absolutely cranking these 90s, and they were getting high ground over you all the time. So that's why I had to include it on this list, because it is one of the best retakes in the game. It still is. And also, just because something is easy doesn't mean it's not effective, because the double 90s are very easy to pull off, but they're also just so very effective. That's why they're so good and had to be included on this list. And as far as my favorite double 90s to do is probably the ones you're seeing on screen, because when you're doing these, it saves you an extra material every single time you do a 90, because you don't place that back wall. So I really like these 90s a ton. They look really cool. They also save you a material every time you do a 90. So if you do 3 of them, it saves you 30 materials. So it saves you on mats, and I really do like the way these feel and also the way they look. So that's why I like these retakes. So going into my last high ground retake that is in my top 5 list for best high ground retakes in the game is going to be a simple side jump off the cone. Obviously, you can do a lot more variants and a lot more complicated things with it, but the basic ones are just going to be you place a cone, then you go for a side jump. And off the side jump, there's so many things you can do. You can place a floor and then ramp out the same direction. You can place a floor and maybe place a couple walls and then ramp out. So there's so many different variants that you can do off of this retake, but this one definitely is one of my favorites to do, just because of how easy it is to pull off, and on top of that, just how effective it is, because you can get high ground so easy off of this retake. And usually what I do is I place the cone, I'll jump to the side, and as soon as I jump to the side, I'll place a couple walls, and then I'll throw a ramp above the other player, and it completely blocks them off. So that's my favorite way to do the retake. So those are basically my top 5 retakes in this game. I think these 5 retakes specifically are the best retakes to learn and to have perfect down, just because these retakes are just so effective. A lot of them aren't too hard to do. Maybe the first couple ones might take a little bit of time to really have them down perfectly, but once you do, they're not too difficult to do, and they just are so effective in games. So these are going to be my top 5 retakes in this game. If you guys haven't learned these, I definitely would recommend doing so. But with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you guys can get notified for every single new video. And as well, I do live stream every single day here on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I play solos every single day on stream. So if you guys want to watch me play solos, if you guys want to come by my live streams, make sure you guys do so. Like I said, 6 o'clock every single day Eastern Standard Time. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.